Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I had a very, very good Christmas. I actually don't celebrate Christmas, I celebrate Yule. But since I have a little one, celebrated Christmas for the first time, which was fun. It's the first year she understood what Christmas was, so we celebrated. She got a bunch of gifts from Santa. We made some cookies and things like that. Make sure my phone's silent. I hope everyone else had a good Christmas. Um, I'm actually going to be moving permanently to overnight streams, so that's going to be fun. But no, I hope everyone else had a good Christmas. We've got New Year's coming up, so the singing stream will actually be on Sunday night. I've already, let me see if I can grab the link to the Google form. Let's see. This is what I want. Send. Link. Shorten URL. Copy. I'm gonna go ahead and post it in Twitch chat. Can't see my keyboard. There you go. Twitch chat. And in YouTube chat. That is the form you need to fill out if you want to have any say in the songs I sing on Sunday night for the singing stream celebration. Already got a few responses. It's been pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. It looks like so far I'm going to be singing a bunch of nerdy songs, which is completely fine with me because I love nerdy songs. Including one of the song responses is actually a song I love. So, yep, if that's where you want to put in a request, that's where you do it over on that form. Other than that, tonight we're going to be working on some art assets. So my plan is I'm going to start with Fatal Frontier, and we'll see if we want to switch about like halfway through or somewhat. Then we'll switch over to Blade of the Archangels. I've actually been working on coding the store on Blade of the Archangels, which has been a mess, so that's fun. But if we get bored or tired of working on, you know, high render art pieces, we'll switch over to doing in-game assets for the apartment area for Blade of the Archangels. So pretty much how I'm formatting my streams right now is Monday nights will be gaming nights. I didn't stream this past Monday. Monday nights will be gaming nights, and then Tuesday nights will be Tuesdays and Thursdays will be art asset nights, and then Wednesdays will be coding days when we implement anything we have ready to implement, work on bug fixes and things like that. So that's a general plan for the streams right now. So we're gonna start. Let's go ahead and get this taken down. Spam, all set up for art. All right, so what I've got up right now is if you've been paying attention in the Discord, I joked about adding a dating sim mode to Abyssal Frontier, and people like the idea. So I've already started working on it. I can actually show off some of the other stuff I already did for it. Let me do that. They're actually already in the folder. I got to grab them. Just go ahead and open them. I actually need to make a mouse cursor for it, so I need to see the sizes that a mouse cursor has to be. Well, you know, I'm crashing clip opening all these things. So yeah, this is a background. Here, the dating background, which I'm actually going to need. Insanity. And then the bad. And you actually get to choose what they look like. So these are the 3 options. I kind of just put these up to my friends. And these were the designs they liked. So we're gonna start the stream by turning them into dating sim-esque interactions, which is actually going to be kind of fun. Okay. We're probably going to start this by grabbing some poses off the Probably gonna start this by grabbing some poses. Some sitting poses we can use. So let's actually do that. Let me go ahead and open the asset store for Clip Studio Paint. Okay. Alright. While that's loading up. And as always, if there's anyone new popping in, all the music on the stream is from our games, Abyssal, Frontier, and Blade of the Archangels. So that will always be the case. Alright. My phone's frozen for some reason, that's weird. So we're gonna go to assets. So I'm excited too. I actually didn't know if people were gonna like the idea of a dating sim mode, considering it's like psychological cosmic horror. I thought people would be like, no, that's silly and stupid. But I think it's hilarious. And it's buried super deep in the gameplay, so it's not easy to get to. I was gonna put it as like a main menu joke option, but I actually like just having it as part of the gameplay, so that's where it is now. So we're searching for sitting. Looking for sitting poses. I probably should have put chair. So I'm probably gonna get like a lot of like sitting on your feet. I don't have a lot of sitting poses. Sitting pretty. That one works. Steal that one. If anything wants to let me click on it. There we go. Yeah, I like this one. I think it's good. I mean, no, there's no other image for it, but we'll go ahead and download it. Let's pause that. Because we want to be able to download the stuff we're doing right now. It's trying to back up all my settings and stuff. We don't want that right now. Probably should have put chair. Let's see. This is a good one too. I'll get that one. Oh ho ho, sitting pose. Well, I have to get that one. That's just a must. Not that you're gonna see their legs at all, which is why it's kind of funny that I bothered to design the bottom half. So you're not gonna see it at all. Why is this 10 CP for, like, a really weird basic sitting position? I mean, I've got the clippy for it, so I don't really care, but that's weird. I just hate taking the time to pose models myself, so I usually cheat, and we'll find other models. We'll grab this one. This will be a nice one for the guy. Get a couple of different ones. We're gonna work on the female first, because that's just how I am. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. You can get this one. And we'll go from here. If we want more, we'll grab some more later in the stream. We won't worry about it for right now. Alright, let me make sure all those download. I don't want any of that stuff. I want my content stuff downloading. Alright, so we'll give it some time to download all those poses. In the meantime, go ahead and set the canvas. So we actually want a new canvas. I don't know why I hit open when what we want is a new one. I'm going to close that out. Close out the app. We're actually going to open up that image in my references so I can refer to the designs. There we go. Nope, not that. That one. And then we'll go ahead and do a new canvas. One big background. We're going to import one of these images so I can make sure it's how I want it to look in the scene. Okay, and we're gonna lock it because I don't want to do anything to it. It's just there for reference. All right. Let's check on the progress. 2 more. Oh no, it's just those 2 things. Okay, cool. That stuff can keep going in the background. I don't care. Back up my stuff in case stuff crashes when I don't want it to. Oh my gosh. Alright, should be done by now. Let's see if we're done so that I'm not... I'll just pause it. It did it earlier today. I'm not concerned if it doesn't do it this time. We'll just close it. There we go. Are you excited for tomorrow? Oh, do you mean the, oh, darn. Just close. We didn't start anything, so I'm not mad. Clip Studio ran into an error. It's whatever. Alright. If you're talking about the pirate software stream, where we're going to crush the hype train record for the 3rd time, yes, I'm very excited. I'm actually so happy that it takes place after my paycheck usually drops. So it's like the perfect time. I can actually contribute, so I'm really excited for that. We're gonna crush it. We're gonna absolutely crush it tomorrow. Oh yeah, all the hype, all the hype. We're gonna crush it. It's gonna be great. Alright, let's get reset up. No, we shouldn't have an issue this time. And import. Images, DSM, doesn't matter which one. Alright, so I actually don't think I have a female model that really works for what I want to do here. So I'm not going to download a new female model though. We're just going to go with the female models we have. But I don't think I have one that's exactly what I want. Cool. You know what? I actually think I have some... There we go. We going rabid tomorrow, boys. We're gonna crush it. Hype train. We got this. We gonna crush it tomorrow. I'm super excited. Super excited. I'm also gonna have a fun surprise on New Year's for that singing stream, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Just expect to be surprised at that stream. It's gonna be great. Alright, let me move this to my left. Yeah, just be excited. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm very excited though. Been working on it off stream. Alright, so I'm actually probably just gonna go with the tall female because that's the model I used for the design. And then I hate all these models. Awful, awful boobs. Awful boobs, awful butts. I know if I was willing to pay for like the newer version, you get more model control, but why? I'll just adjust it as needed. Alright, so what pose do we want? This can definitely be the starting pose. How big do we want her to be on the screen? Not that big. Take up that much of the screen? Sure. So now what I want to do is draw a table. So this is going to be fun because I am... There we go. So we're going to draw the table asset is actually going to be the first thing we do. Which I'm going to use her as a reference, and then we're going to draw this table asset. Actually, I think I want to move the guide down a little bit. Well, no. If our elbow's supposed to be on the table, we want it a little up. Okay. So... gotta go into the brush style I use for this game. Oh my gosh. It's a really big table. But it works. Whatever. And it's kind of too big for the other tables. More like that. There we go. And then it should... like that. Because you're sitting on the other side of it, supposedly. That should do it. That looks good. And this will be our reference for all the other posing and stuff. I'm actually gonna get rid of this guide now. I wanted it for the line, but I don't want it now. There we go. Table. Let's see. I'm gonna try and match the coloring of the other tables. It's gonna be our base color. There we go. And I'm gonna have to play with layers when we're coding this, so I gotta refresh my mind on how layers and freaking rim pie work. Okay, that's the base color of the table, it looks like, and then we've got like that color. Actually, I can clear this palette. Let's grab these colors for our palette. This color. That color. That color. That color. Should be enough for us to do something. Oh, there's also this color for more intense lighting. Alright, well, there's gonna be a lot of shadow because, you know, they're sitting there for this mock date you're having. How else do you get an eldritch creature to release you? Just go on a date. It's the best idea I can think of. Just flirt with them. Who knows, maybe they'll create a dating thing where you can date them. Maybe that'll be something weird that happens. Maybe you can date your way out of this problem. Actually, it looks like this color is supposed to be on the edge of shadows. And then, actually I gotta go with, like, that. Oh, that's that color. Maybe a little bit of that. Alright, let's see. Been using the artistic effect. I got color only. And we're gonna have to go a little more interesting shapes. Not getting the effect we want. What if we did just that shape in general? For their shadow that they would be casting onto the table. And then we can go with like a slightly darker of that. Do some of that. There we go. Do like this. Some genuine shadow in there. Here we go. We'll go ahead and filter. I am keeping my eyes on chat, so don't worry. Gonna blur it a little bit. And then we're going to... There we go. Lessen the number of colors a little bit. Oh, I turned the blur down, so... I think that works. Your weird table. I'm actually gonna go in and take this brush, burn it up a bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Do a little blending. There we go. Might wanna lessen brush density. There we go. That's more the effect I wanted. There you go. And you're get rid of everything. We're gonna save this as table. Part of me wants to put like a candle on it, but I'm not going that far. Well, save as. We need to make sure we save this as a PNG. Go into the game files, DSM. And this shall be le table. Le table. Le table. Alright, awesome. So now we can actually get rid of this because we don't need it. And we're going to resave this as a clip file into my files. I actually don't have a file for Abyssal Frontier, so let's make a new folder and we'll call it AF. It's mostly because I haven't saved any of the files for this game. Am I going to translate the game? Alright. Here's the truth about translation. I want to. I really want to translate the game. But I don't this isn't really a game where I have the budget for translation. I don't like asking people to do anything for free. And so I'm not going to ask for free translation. I personally can only translate the game into 2 languages, French and Japanese. Are those necessarily bad languages to translate the game into? No, but this would also only be a text translation. Because again, I'm doing all the voice acting, so voice translation isn't really an option. Because I can read and write in those languages a lot better than I can speak them. So as much as I want to do like full translations of the game, that would be something that would probably come afterwards. You know, if we see where the game is popular, if people like it, and then I can be like, hey, do you want to come translate this, you know, semi-popular Steam game into this language for us to show support for the people who like it? Then yeah, sure. I would love to also have Blade of the Archangels translated into several different languages, but at the moment, it's not a thing. Alright. So let's go back to this. But yes, I would, most likely, if I translate it into any languages to start out with, it would be into French and Japanese, because they're the only 2 languages I speak well enough that I would feel comfortable translating this game. Alright, we're going to start with the femme design, and we're going to do several different poses for her. So this first one we're going to do is I'm going to call neutral. We'll call this the neutral pose. Neutral. I'm actually going to adjust. Oh. Yeah. I want the table in front so that it's in my way. Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna adjust the pose a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Kind of want something similar to that pose. So let's see if I can find a hand pose I like. I was gonna say that actually looks close enough. Whoops, grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. Let's see if I can... Ah yes, I love fine-tuning models to get poses you want. This is 100% why I'm usually just like, let's see if I can find a pose that's pretty much what I want. Because I hate fine-tuning. Just gotta keep adjusting angles and move it, and then you gotta move it again. There we go. That's close enough to how I want her to be to start out. I want her to be looking straight at you. I think we can zoom her in a little bit. Yeah. She's kind of off-center from the table, huh? A little more centered. I think it's because her body's leaning. I think that's why it looks awkward. Body's like awkwardly leaning to the side. Ooh. There we go. Now I have to move. I have to move her hand all over again. I gotta move this all over again. I had it. Oh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close to what we want. Yeah. 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 Okay. Small move. Alright. Let's go ahead and get her drawn. We're gonna try and do hard lines on one go. Let's do this. We're actually gonna do this. Draw her eyes once. And then I'll just copy, paste, and flip. And then we'll do another version of this with a slightly different mouth that we'll call questioning. So I actually won't draw a mouth yet. And I won't draw eyebrows yet, so that way I can do a different facial expression without having to like redraw everything. There we go. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to announce that I'm streaming right now. So give me 1 second to announce that real quick. I'm an idiot. Let's see, on to the tweets. One of these days, I'll learn how to spell assets correctly. Streaming some art asset creations. There we go, and one last tag. There we go. And now I actually need the link, which is twitch.tv. I'll put the .tv / Kiro. I don't want to just link to Twitch. I want to link to my Twitch. There we go. Streaming some art asset creations over on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out, and I'll just link Twitch. Here we go. And I also need to post into the Discord. Select all. Copy. Oh, also, did you, Wander, did you hear that Max passed away? They had to put Max down. Very sad. I hope Thor's still gonna actually be feeling up to, stuff tomorrow. I completely understand if he isn't. Like, I think it would be completely understandable if he, decided he wasn't up to it. Oh my gosh, I forgot the dot again. Oh my gosh, why are you like this, Discord? I shouldn't have to copy the URL. HTTP. I have to type this out because I don't want to copy it, and I'm doing it on my phone. Ugh. Why does Discord have to be like this? And not auto-recognize freaking links. There we go. Alright, streams announced. In all the places it needs to be. Alright. Streams announced in all the places it needs to be. Let's get back to it. Alright. No more interruptions, hopefully. Take a quick second to take a drink. There we go. Alright. There we go. There's that. And then it's supposed to be, what color is that? Yeah, it's the same color as the hair. I actually have to switch brushes. Too big. There we go. Figured that was gonna happen. We're actually gonna do some fixes on that. There we go. There we go. We're gonna Control C, Control V, edit, transform, flip horizontally. I might need to slightly adjust her eye because Looking a bit crazy. Guess it's slightly a bit too, far out. Oh, it helped if I deselected. There we go. Alright. Now we'll go ahead. Staring straight into your soul, chat. This is your waifu. This is her. She's staring into your soul. That is the face of someone who will gladly eat you alive. So fitting. Alright. Oh, I said I didn't want to do the eyebrows. Well, I kind of already got them, and I'll just move them around. We'll just put them on a separate layer. Just move them onto a separate layer. They help me. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that so I don't forget. And file. We want to cut and then paste. Yeah, now they're on their own layer. Separate from the base layer. Okay. So I can keep drawing on the base layer, and I'll just, like, do that so I don't accidentally draw on this, because I don't want to. Now what we got going on here for hair. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, it should come to, like, the end of that. There we go. And then we swoop here. We'll go ahead and erase what needs to be erased. Eyebrows aren't distracting us. But we're doing the hair. And then that. And that. There we go. And that's the hair. Well, the bangs at least. I'm gonna have to draw that way too many times now, so I really hope I like... Well, I tried to make designs that I wouldn't mind drawing over and over again. That's my general consensus. There we go. Never make a design that you're not willing to draw hundreds of thousands of times, because you're going to be drawing it hundreds of thousands of times. Which is why I like to make my designs fun, simple, and practical. I am not into, like, super duper... Like, I think they can be cool sometimes. I think I've talked about this before, but when it comes to, like, let's be honest. When it comes to design, I prefer designs that are very much realistic but fun. I don't like designs that are super over the top or super like, oh my gosh, look at this design. It's so, like, many pieces and parts. It's like, nobody ain't got time to put that kind of stuff on. Like, no. I like realistic designs. Always will. Always will. Alright. Alright, I gotta stretch my legs. I'm not liking how this line's coming out. Oof. Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest. There's just something really nice about a realistic design that still is fun and not so over the top. And too many designs are just, like, too over the top, and I don't like it. not liking this, like, at all. Okay, there we go. I think we finally got a line I like for the headband. Don't you dare. That is my sign to save. Oh my gosh. Having to click around. Alright. Keyboard and lap. He was starting to hurt. Can't keep my knees folded up for too long. Alright, and then the headband should start like right around here. I might have made her too tall. We might end up shortening the table. If we did this. You know what? I have an idea. I'll do this. Play transformation, and then I'll go ahead and do this. And we'll save that as our new table. I want to bring the character closer to your face. I don't like how far away they were. Now that I was actually drawing them. So we're actually gonna, yes, save that. Then we also want to do this. Of course it didn't want to save. Only file in this folder. Clip's already giving me a hard time. Come on. Then we're going to resave the table file. Save as game images DSM PNG table. Resave the table. Yes. We'll do this. Do that. Do this. But I also want to zoom in, which this is going to be fun. Not like that. I'll make sure I can get full head on, still on everything. The eyebrows are way up here. That's funny. Super surprised. There we go. Now we have to make all this line up with the face again. It's a little small. I actually didn't make it that much bigger. A little bigger. That looks about right. Yeah, that's about right. It'll do. Okay. That's a little better. She's a little more in your face now. She's getting all close and personal. Alright. Put the background back on, and we're going to resave this in our file here. There we go. Yes. Alright. Let's keep working on her. And yes, I'm gonna have her hair move every time she does. We're gonna lock these again. And get rid of them, because I don't want to stare at them the whole time. That doesn't mean I need to make the brush a little bit bigger. Oh, we're gonna have the same problem here where I'm not gonna like this round. Oh, that's actually a pretty good one. Off the bat, huh? Does she remind you of anything, chat? Does she make... is she bringing up any thoughts? Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm like, hey, let's add a dating sim mode to our psychological horror game and give me a bunch more art I have to create. But I asked, and the people have spoken, and I shall give the people what they ask for. See if I can. Do 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 do. I was actually, if you guys want to know how insanely crazy I am when I'm doing designs, I was actually going to do 3 different versions for each choice that you could then get 3 different designs based on how you answered some preliminary questions. But I heartbeat because no, I was giving myself way too much work at that point, and I was like, no, because if I did something like that, I would have to we'd end up having to delay the game, and so I completely got rid of it. There we go. Her hair. I love it. On top of like her like creepy face, it just works so well. Let's go with a little less pressure. There we go. Look at her. She's so cute. I might need to move that hand so I can see the chin. Like that. There we go. Definitely going to have to make that like her talking pose so you can see her mouth when she's talking. Adjust the lighting. Light source. There we go. I just want to be able to see her chin. And more of the lines. Here she is. She's coming out very nice. Very nice. Thank you for the YouTube hearts. I see those. Thank you. Thank you very much. She's coming out pretty cute for an eldritch monster that's keeping you trapped in a time loop and wants to eat you. But hey, you flirted and caught her interest, and now she's like, hey, let's see if you can keep me interested with... I've never played this game before. Also technically not a she, just a it. Which has conveniently taken the shape of a she because you asked. Because that's the best kind. Hey, you know, somewhere out there, it's somebody's jam. If I've learned one thing in my 30 plus years on the internet, it's that if you can think about it, there's someone out there who that's their jam. And that's just the truth. Like you just gotta accept it. It's just how it goes. Alright, and the rest is all glove. Make it so she doesn't go. There she is. Look at that. We're not going to actually do the arm yet because she's going to have 2 different hand poses. So we'll just put the arm. Because this will be like her talking. And then... I don't like how awkward that arm looks. It looks so uncomfortable. So let's see if we can adjust this arm without changing everything about the pose. Which the answer to that is probably not. And it'll make me mad. see if I can make it look like this. Well, no, we'll do it like this. Yeah, something like that. I like that a lot better. Inspecting you. Ooh. Okay. Alright. So I actually want to get rid of a lot of these lines that go through the body. So let's do that. Make the eraser a bit bigger. Keep brush density up. We'll erase more if we have to, but I don't need all of these when they're basically just in the way. Save that one, because that's a bang. There we go. And we'll keep everything else. Gotta make sure you get a real good look into the boob window. I know what you guys are here for. If you want a dating sim mode and you're choosing the female option, it's not because you want to talk to her. Although I hope you answer her questions correctly. The dating sim mode will also have 3 additional endings because I love you guys, and turning our 8 ending game into an 11 ending game. So 3 additional endings with technically probably one of the best endings in the game, ironically. You guys are giving me the excuse to do a dating sim mode in a psychological horror game. I'm gonna feed you well. Take all the food. Take all the food from Papa Kiro. Alright. There we go. And then we'll just do that. And that. Alright. Other arm goes under the table. That's reads real easy. Yeah, I like this pose a lot more than the previous one. That arm was just too in, too awkward. Let's have her out. Confident. In control. It is in control. You are not. This is all for fun. You are in its domain. Actually, we're gonna move this down. It's supposed to be like right here. I know what you want to see. We'll do that. Like you really care, but I might have to draw it on another layer so I can get it right in my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna have to draw it on another layer so I can get it right in my mind. It's okay. Because it's like, the boobs on the model are nowhere near the size I want the boobs to be. So we're gonna go, and then, yeah. And so it would be like right there. Yeah. So that is actually off a little bit. Well, that's fine, because I can just do that. So yeah, what am I doing? There we go. Big Ooba. Just using this as a guide. I put it on the wrong layer because of course I did. Me, make another layer so that you don't mess up the base layer while you're trying to figure out how the boobs should look. Me, draws on the wrong layer. Oh. This is why I hate that none of the models have big boobs. Always gotta play this game when I want to change the size of the boobs. But I don't like subscription services, so I don't want to pay. If it wasn't subscription and like one time, I'd do it, but I hate subscriptions, so. Okay, boob reference. Here we go. Oh, the space theme. It's so good. Come on. There we go. We're gonna come in a little bit because it's squishing them. The whole idea is it's squishing them. But then this is the part. She's got this. Okay. Here we go. See, we got it. We got it. It only took me forever to figure it out. Zoom in, make the eraser smaller. Yes. Yes, weeb. Yes. I would not skimp on the booba. Like, what would be the point? If you're gonna do it, I'm gonna go all in. You guys chose this, you're getting it. I'm not gonna skimp. You're getting a full meal here. The fun part is when she sits back. There we go. No. Whoops, I messed up that last line. Ugh. That's better. Looking interesting, at least. It looks a little weird without a hand. Let's actually adjust this. So it does that. There we go. Alright, let's move the hand back for the default, not talking. Alright, and then on top of this, we'll duplicate this layer. Turn that one off. Get rid of that one. I think I know what's missing. It's like that. Also, that dot is gonna... Oh, I also see something else that looks weird. That's not her elbow. That is. Alright. Let's put a hand here. We want to get rid of this. This is all covered up by the hair. Alright. And I forgot the neck on the other side. Here. There we go. That all looks a little better. Okay. Now let's draw the hand. I'm gonna turn this down. Turn that off. We're gonna connect. Like that. Oops. Actually, I'll do that. Looks kind of weird. We're probably going to adjust the arm a little bit. Looks a little weird. Nope, this is what I want to adjust the arm. Alright, and then let's erase these lines. There we go. Where's that line? Oh, it's here. And then here. There you go. That's the first pose. And then we'll save that all as one layer. Oh wait, no. You know what? Before I erase anything, I want to take this off that layer and put it on this layer. Forgot to duplicate it. Glad I didn't merge. We want to duplicate that layer. Move it up here. Why is layer 3 still here? And now... what is this one? Base layer. Random marks in the middle of nowhere. Now I can erase all these lines that are in the way. And go from there. Honestly, that looks just such... There we go. That looks a little better. Just a little. Oh my gosh, zoom in where I want you to zoom in. Okay. Here we go. It's okay if it's a little uncanny, because again, it's an eldritch being trying to approximate an attractive human. It's okay if it's kind of off. Alright. And then I need to erase the mouth as well before we... There we go. I think that's everything. Yep. So now we can take all these, save, merge, selected, neutral. Then we'll do this, turn that one off, turn this back on. Now we want to do the second hand pose, which is going to be me doing that. Which I think this one will work a little better with the, I'll do the mouth, I'll adjust the mouth stuff in a second. Oh my gosh. I gotta turn that down. I can't see hardly where I need to be drawing. for once, I can tell my perfectionism to get out of the way, because the more imperfect it is, actually the better. Just slight bits of uncanny are okay. Just little bits of uncanny. Gosh, my phone is being all kinds of, like, crappy. Did I start my stream an hour early? I think I did. Oh, well. We'll stream until I get tired. I forgot I changed my stream time to 11. I looked at the clock. I was like, why is it 11:12? It's because you started your stream an hour early, because you were still thinking 10 to 2 instead of 11 to 3. But it's okay. I'll, just stop when I get tired, or stop at 2 or 3. We'll see. We'll see when I stop. We'll go until I get tired, because I gotta get some sleep. Here we go. And then let's adjust the mouth. Light pressure. And then we'll take the eyebrows and do a... Nope, just the eyebrows. Move them up. But the eyes don't move. Alright, and let's go ahead and erase what's through the hand. I don't mind if the shading moves. Again, it adds a little bit to the uncanniness. Get rid of that. Let's erase parts that go through the hair. Alright. Get rid of that all together. Alright, and then this will be talking, so I'll label it T. There we go. So, neutral, not talking, talking. Look at that! There we go. So let's go ahead, and it works for me. There we go. And then I want to do a leaning back, so let's go ahead and take this. It's interesting that I'm the only one watching your stream. I don't care. Don't care how many people are watching this stream. I stream because I want to. I think that's the one I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. Alright, this is gonna be fun to try and... There we go. And then reposition once I get the pose that I want it to be. Oh, that neck. I love redoing poses. Still leaning. Let's see if I do this. It's so weird. Didn't I grab another sitting pose that I can probably manipulate a lot easier? See if I can grab... Okay, there we go. That's fine. That's where it was. Okay. We'll go from here. And then we'll do body. Oh. Alright, and no, we want to go down notes. Could do... What does this one look like? That one's kind of a sitting up, which is okay. That's not for this one. Let's see. I want one that's leaning back, and then I'll adjust the, like, arms. Okay, I can work with this one. I can work with this. Okay. Not what I want to do. Not that concerned about. Let me actually... There's one thing I want to see. Alright, looks like the waistline is like right... Not what I wanted. Again. About there. Yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted a guide. That's a little below the waistline. Is there any way I can donate? I have a Ko-Fi. It should be dropping the link in chat. No, it won't, because it does it every 90 minutes. I don't drop it super often, but I can grab it really quick, I guess. I don't like to drop it super often, because it is what it is. If you want to donate to my Ko-Fi, sure. If not, it's just a nice little thing. Lets me grab a little coffee so I can do these long streams. Oh my gosh. I think Ko-Fi Bot's gonna drop it here in a bit, but there it is. If you want it in chat. Doop doop. You know what I also forgot to drop in chat? I'm all kinds of professional tonight, aren't I? I forgot to drop the, pin the Discord invite link. I'll start my stream an hour early because I forgot I changed the time. Forgot to announce the earlier stream because I forgot I changed the time. I'm all kinds of on my rocker. To be fair, yesterday was a holiday, so I will forgive myself for not being on top of it tonight. I will forgive myself. Besides, I was so excited to get in here and jump on working on this dating sim stuff because I'm so excited that you guys want it. I'm so excited. How long have I been streaming? Tonight I started at about an hour and a half ago. Because I forgot that I changed my stream time to 11 o'clock. 11 to 3 is what I changed my stream time to, and then in my mind I was like, no, I've got to start at 10. So I started streaming at 10. But I needed to change my stream time because the 10 kind of pushes it. Since I have a kid, it can be kind of messy to stream at 10. Because whether or not they will be asleep is a hit or miss. So I prefer to stream when I know they're asleep, which usually is around 11. Luckily, it seems like they're giving me a break. There we go. I've got the Discord link pinned now. There we go. Now maybe everything is set up. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. I'm a mess tonight. But now there should be no more interruptions. Doot, doot, doot. It happens with kids. It sure does. You think they're asleep, and because you haven't heard anything for like a hot minute, and then all of a sudden, like, I work in a corner where my kid has to come up behind me to like get my attention, and the funniest thing is quiet as human being you can imagine. Aw, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But quiet as a mouse. This kid, quiet, does not make a sound, and she'll just stand there. She won't say anything. She won't like try and get my attention. She'll just stand there and not let me know she's there. And it's kind of creepy and kind of weird. Until I like finally turn around and realize she's there. But it's also, you know, I give her a break. She's, you know, special needs. She doesn't quite understand that kind of stuff. So when she's being a little creepy, sometimes I just have to remind myself she doesn't understand how or why that would be creepy. Alright, so we're actually going to move quite a bit of the pose. Move the knee back in. I'm actually going to do it this way because I hate the stretching. It should be about right. And let's pose the hands how I actually want them to be. There we go. That's closer to what I want. Not that. Come on. Give me a little circle. Vague approximation. There we go. But yeah, kids can be a hassle, so my streaming schedule has to be completely around her, which is why I was originally streaming during the day. But I have switched from working overnights, so now I can stream at night. Which is both good and bad, because I definitely had people who were watching me during the day because of their time zones. But that's also why I like streaming to YouTube, because at least the videos are there. So if they miss me stream, and like Twitch deletes the VOD because I'm not partnered or anything or affiliate. Like I'm not anything on Twitch, so my VODs delete in like 2 weeks, I think, instead of 2 months. So at least with YouTube, once it's up forever. Advice on how to concentrate. Well, that's going to be kind of an individualized thing. I know for me, when I'm trying to concentrate, I have to have background noise. Like, usually I use just like YouTube videos I've listened to before or music I know really well that my brain kind of automatically tunes out into just noise. Because I'm the type of person where I can't concentrate in silence. It bothers me. So I do really well with noise. Another thing I do is, it's actually the reason why I stream. I don't stream so that I'm streaming to a lot of people. I stream because it gives me a time where I have to focus on what I'm doing, because say someone like you pops into my chat. Okay, I need to be working on what I say I'm working on, or I need to be playing the game I say I'm playing, not multi-track drifting onto like Twitter and stuff. So streaming is actually my dedicated 4 or 5 hours of concentration time. That doesn't work for everyone. You kind of have to just play around and see what works for you. But for me, those are the two things I usually do. Is I listen to something that I know, and so my brain automatically turns it into background noise, and I stream so that I have dedicated time where even if I'm only streaming to one person, which most of the time it's me and Wander in here over on Twitch. For a long time it was just me and them, and they were the only person I streamed to, and that was all I needed. That was all I needed. Yes, Wander. Dino Dance. Don't laugh at me. But that's how I do it. But it's going to be really different for everybody. Some people, you know, struggle with concentrations in different ways. Like my kid struggles with concentration. But like I said, I find those two things really help. Let's turn the head. Leaning back. Okay. I think it's so far. I feel like I need to move the body closer. Let's turn the table back on. And then I'll try to move the body up, because I feel like that's so far away. I know leaning back, but I still feel like that's so far away. I think that's better. That's better. Still looks like leaning back, but like not so far away. I mean, there should be some like difference in the size of the head and stuff. I definitely know that feel. I'm actually been trying. I just finally finished another novel off stream, and I've been trying to find the desire to work on it and edit it like it needs. Why can I not find... And I haven't been, so I know how that feels. But if you're feeling more like creative burnout, something I usually suggest, it depends on what you're editing. So I don't know what you're editing. So if it's like a video, I know when I edit videos, my mind wanders too, and I have a hard time focusing on editing. Like, for example, my Don't Starve Adventure Mode playthrough, I have not been. My editing usually consists of I pay attention to it for like 3 seconds and then I have to go back and redo it. But sometimes just stepping away and coming back to it, like if you're finding yourself getting really distracted when trying to do something that's kind of monotonous, like editing, I would say step away from it from a little bit, refresh your mind, do something else fun that you enjoy, and then try to go back to it later. I mean, if you're on a deadline that doesn't really, you can still do that because it's not, I'm not saying like step away for like 2 hours, but like just stepping away for a minute, doing something you really enjoy doing, just to kind of clear your head of the, oh my gosh, this is boring and monotonous and I hate it. Because that's what I do. Is like I said, I'm trying to edit my novel and I keep like going cross-eyed trying to do it. So I just stop. I go sit on my couch and play a mobile phone game for like 30 minutes or an hour, and then I try to come back and do more. Or like now I'm streaming, which again, streaming is one of my big things to help me focus, and it's helping me get game dev done. Because I bounce around between projects a lot. So that would be my advice. If you're doing something like editing and you find yourself just like losing your creativity or just kind of going like eye blind to it, try stepping away for a little bit, doing something else, and then stepping right back to it. Because you can do it. Creativity is a fickle mistress. It comes and goes. The tiniest little thing can kind of trip you up. But I find generally stepping away and coming back is usually a helpful thing. Alright, so this is her lean back. I don't know, should this be an annoyed expression? Well, I mean, leaning away from you, it should feel like should go somewhere into annoyance. I feel like, yeah, I can go somewhere into annoyance. Let's do that. I gotta redraw these eyes. I let other people vote on it, so we're stuck with it. But I'm glad you decided to check out my stream. Like I said, I just started streaming this hours. I usually streamed at these hours on the weekends, because I can't stream during the day when my kid's home. But I've switched my work schedule, so now I work during the day. So I'll be streaming at night from now on, which is great. Aw, I don't think you ever really lose skills. Sometimes you can lose, like, your passion for something, but once you know something, I don't think you ever really truly forget how to do it. You can get rusty. I've definitely gotten rusty at skills before because I stopped doing them constantly. But you never really truly forget. It just gets harder to call back up. And like I said, I don't know what you're editing. I don't know if it's like a video or a book or a piece of artwork or something like that. But like I said, I always find that stepping away and clearing my mind and coming back to it, like, especially with my novels, like, I pretty much have a standard, I don't touch it for at least a week after I finished writing it. So, like, I just finished this previous one last week, the weekend. So I've been rereading through it, but I'm not rereading through it with the point of editing, because I don't have an editing eye right now. The story's still fresh in my mind. I know everything it's supposed to say. So I'm not in that mindset to be critical and edit. And I do the same thing with my videos. So I record my videos like 2 days before I mean to edit them, so that the content isn't fresh in my mind and I can look at it with a critical eye. Sometimes this sucks when I'm scrolling through for like shorts I can make because I don't remember where anything is. But other than that, I always try to take a break before I edit, especially if you're creating it and editing it. Is giving yourself like kind of almost like tricking your brain into switching modes. Because if you're in a creative mindset, you'll miss things that the editor mindset would have picked up. How did I do the nose? Yeah. You're missing things that the editor mindset would have picked up if you're still in your creative mindset. So I like that kind of stuff where you're kind of like tricking your brain into thinking you're doing something else. There we go. And that's why I've stopped coding on the same nights that I stream. On the same nights that I do artwork. So I've specifically switched to coding nights are not going to be my Wednesday nights. And that's when I get into Atom and work on code, because I find myself when I'm trying to flip-flop between, oh, I'm going to create this and then I'm going to put it in, I'm forgetting stuff, which leads to me being frustrated when I'm doing like my bug fixing. And I'm like, why isn't this here? I should have put this here. And it's like, oh, because I completely messed up because I tried to code when I was doing art. All right, let's copy this eye and make sure it looks right. Control C, Control V, edit, transform, flip horizontal. Cancel. I want to move it first. Yes. Hi, Izzy. We have a kitten appearance. It's the kitty. It's the kitty. Izzy is the one up here right now. Got Izzy. Hi, Miss Izzy. I don't know if you guys can hear her purring through the mic. Oh, she's a loud one. If you don't know and you're new to the stream, I have 3 cats. I have Miss Isabella, who is my youngest. I have Ocelot, who is 10 months? Yeah, 10 months old. And then I have Toulouse, who is my big boy, who's 5 years. But Izzy here is only 3 months old. Got her last month. She was a rescue. Aww. She likes to spend time with me. I get that. I actually think, I have a friend whose mind works in a similar way, where they have, ADHD. And, alright, Izzy, I'm gonna have to put you down so I can get back to work. Oof. Leave my drinks alone. I have a friend who has ADHD, and, I know when they first got their medication, it didn't work very well from them. I always suggest, it depends on how good your doctor is, but I always feel like it's worth going back to them and letting them know if something doesn't work. Izzy is shoving her face into my cup right now. It's so funny. Just going back to them and letting them know it doesn't work, because I know trying to find the right mix of medication, especially for stuff like that, can be hard. It's not always, hey, you get it right on the first time. Sometimes it has to be balanced. I currently don't take meds for any of my issues because I use behavioral therapy to deal with everything, but that doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't, and that's the truth. But I always say, if it's not giving you the effects you're looking for, then go back to your doctor and say, hey, these are the effects I'm having. This isn't quite what, I'm looking to get out of this. Is there something else we can try? Because 9 times out of 10, there's something else you can try. Because maybe this one pill isn't the catch-all you need. Maybe you need a mix of stuff to get you where you need to be. Maybe you can do some mix of stuff with, like, behavioral therapy. Like, again, I am not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I can't tell you what to do. I've had to go to therapy several times to find ways to manage my issues. But I always prefer, if I can manage my issues with behavioral therapy, I'm going to go that route before I take medication, because I take more than enough medication for my medical issues, because I get sick very easily, which is a downside for me. That's why my streams are kind of erratic sometimes, where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to stream tonight. No, I'm not, because my body decided it hates me. So I get sick very often and very easily. So I take enough medication for my immune system issues that for my psychotherapy, for my mental issues, I prefer, if I can handle it therapy, to handle it with therapy. And that's how that goes. But like I said, my first advice is always, if it's not giving you the effect you want, take it back to your doctor, talk to them, and see if there's something else you can try, or see if you can try a mix of different meds, because there's almost always other options depending on what your issues are. So never feel like you're stuck with the first thing they give you and this has to work. That's usually not the case. It's usually, this is where they're starting you, and you can go up, down, mix, match, and go somewhere else with it. But you got to be honest and upfront about, hey, this isn't working. Otherwise, they don't know. That's the most important part. Izzy, don't you see I'm working? Izzy, stop. Oh my gosh. So this cat is a licker, and her new thing is, I shaved my head because I constantly keep with the shaved look. She now likes to lick my shaved head. It kind of tickles. She's currently doing it Right now, I have a kitten licking my shaved head. I don't know why she likes licking my shaved head, but she likes licking my shaved head. And I hate it, but I can't get her to stop doing it. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna make this kind of a slightly, like, annoyed, leaning back. We're gonna do a not talking and a talking version, but this one's gonna be simpler because we're not moving the arms. We'll do something like the eyebrows are way too big for what I did earlier. Yeah, they're much smaller. Here we go. And then I like doing fun expressions. Also, sometimes I wish, so really funny moment that happened. I think it was a couple days ago on a pirate software stream. And I just thought about this when I was drawing the eyebrows, which I still drew that second one too big. I'll do it in, I'll redo it in a second because I want to tell this story. So, funny story. I think it was the other day on stream, Thor was talking about, everyone was talking about how big the character's butt was and like how pronounced and well done it was. So I have a funny story. I originally went to Full Sail University for my Bachelor's of Science in Game Dev, and I had a teacher, our 3D modeling teacher. I can't remember his name to save my life, but he was really big on that. If you were going to make a 3D model of a character, give them a butt, because he constantly complained that so many 3D models at the time, this was way back in 2011, didn't have decent butts. So he made this huge thing to like drill into our heads that design characters that have butts, because people have all kinds of different shaped butts. Not everyone has a flat butt. So characters should reflect that. That's a part of character design. So now whenever I hear somebody talk about like, oh, that character actually has a decent ass on them, I always think back to him and I'm like, it's because you had like 2 or 3 years of people who were trained by this industry professional who was mad that every character in a 3D game had a flat ass. I think that's absolutely hilarious. And I thought about it because I think I think it was actually last week when he was playing Once Human and they were talking about the character actually had a nicely like defined butt, and that was the first thing I thought of because yeah, it's because I blame it on him. It's probably not all him, but I will forever blame my 3D modeling teacher from Full Sail. It's 100% his fault. Because I even think about it when I'm designing my characters. I'm like, let's make sure they have all kinds of different butts. And have big butts and have little butts. And so, it's one of those things I think of. So it's funny. Also, I need to fix the eyes because they're looking a little... They're looking out too much. I want them looking forward and a little in. Because it's focused on the player character. She's supposed to be looking at you. Nope. Yeah, she's got a bit of a sharp point. We'll do it. Yeah. There we... No, that's not quite right. Oh my gosh, one of these days I'll get it. Izzy, get from down there. You're gonna unplug something. Izzy. Izzy, get from down there. Okay, she moved. That's actually... Yeah, no, like I said, it's one of the funniest things I think ever came out of, like... I will never forget that because that was literally like when we were talking about character design for 3D models, that was something he like, a whole tangent he went off on. It wasn't like an entire like lecture session, but it was definitely a worthwhile tangent. And I know we all kept thinking about it because, you know, we wanted to pass the class, so we got in the habit to pass this class. Thought about the character's butt. Everyone didn't have a flat butt when you designed models in his class. Just got used to it. It's really funny. I always find that kind of stuff funny. I also did that one better and not this one. So we're gonna do this. Oh! Izzy! did unplug something. My tablet died. Which hopefully it doesn't do that again. Because if I have to replace my tablet, that's going to be a bad thing. Because that would mean dating sim mode isn't going to come out when the game launches, which would be sad. Because I would have to focus on the basic stuff. No. These eyes elude me. You know what? That looks okay, so we're gonna go with it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. That looks good enough. Oh, there we go. Alright, and we're not gonna do a mouth because we're gonna do a neutral and a other version. So now here's the thing. I don't want to move that. So we're gonna duplicate it. And we're gonna move the duplication off to the side. I'm also gonna shrink it. So I have it as a reference for how I've already drawn her. There we go. And have a reference I can just navigate her. I hate sub-view sometimes. Cancel. No, I want... Okay. Gonna have to do this. File, save as. Just save it as a sketch really quick. If I can find my sketch folder. JPEG. Save. And then open it up in here so that I can use it as a reference this way. Wow, and then I immediately hit the wrong thing. Right, there we go. Alright. There we go. And then we'll do this. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. Actually want to fine-tune this zoom a little bit. There we go. Right. Did it a little too low. And put the hair on a new layer. Oh, I forgot to do her little marks. Let's do that. There we go. Wrong color. Knew that was gonna happen, so we're just gonna fix it. Gosh, I love this music so much. There we go. Switch to this one. I should have waited until I had that done to flip the eye, but I completely forgot about it. Okay. There we go. There we go. Much better. Where's my water? Alright. No, I don't want to do that. This is what I want to do. Let me move this down. I put it on the wrong layer. Because of course I did. So let's just erase that. Merge these and create a new layer. I definitely have not been an artist for almost 10 years. Honestly, that's the one thing I love about watching Thor is he makes me feel so much better about being like an amateur programmer. Because like I watch his streams and he makes so many issues on his streams and I'm just like, you know what? If somebody who's been like in the industry programming for like at least 6 years can mess up like that, I think it's okay if I mess up. When I'm like just starting out, I think it's okay. And that's how I choose to feel about it, because it makes me feel better. Alright. And we get to fight with this headband again. That's gonna be fun. Sometimes I forget how good this music is. Gosh. Nikki is doing, yes. Nikki is also going to be doing the music for this game, Abyssal Frontier. All of the music is always going to be done as long as Nikki's willing to work with me. Nikki's always going to be doing the music for my games because, gosh, I love her music. She does such a good job. There's actually a song in this playlist. There's 2 songs. I played earlier, but I can go reselect it. Where's the space? Space? This song. I'll turn it up a little bit. This is actually for Abyssal Frontier. This is the space theme. Turn it up. But yeah, this is the space theme for Abyssal Frontier. This was done by Nikki. So yes, Nikki is doing all of our music, like always. Yeah, I love working with Nikki way too much. And like, she was super excited when I was like, hey, so working on Abyssal Frontier, you want to make the music for it? I'm gonna turn the music back down again. And she was all for it. So yes, she's gonna be making all the music for Abyssal Frontier. I do have some of the tracks. The only reason I haven't implemented them is I don't have enough of the, I don't have any of the planet side tracks. And since most of the game takes place planet side, I want at least a couple of the planet side tracks to put in before we before I add any music into the game, if that makes sense. It's just because I think it sounds weird with only like the space and the ship tracks and then everything's immediately silent on the planet. So I'm waiting until we get a planet side track and then I'll be adding the tracks into the game. Also, I can't wait to hear what she comes up with for this dating mode. She was excited too when I was like, hey, so I asked people in the Discord if they wanted a dating mode, and everyone seems on board with it. So we're doing a dating sim mode. And she was just like, that's awesome. And I'm like, I know. So, like I said, I didn't think anyone would go for it, but I'm so glad that all of you guys thought it was a good idea, just like me. Because why not? Just throw a dating sim mode in your Eldritch Horrors game. Everyone will be okay with it. Alright. We'll do this. Erase what doesn't need to be showing. But yeah, this theme is for the game. It's just not in yet. It'll be great once it is. Nikki does some awesome work. Nikki, they actually have their own YouTube channel. It's called Nikki A Art. Shout out to Nikki. Nikki A Art on YouTube. I don't know if she streams on Twitch. Actually, I should probably ask her or see if I can find her. I don't know if she streams on Twitch. I don't know if she streams at all, actually. She does upload to her YouTube channel, so Nikki A Art on YouTube. If you want to find her stuff, she has her own personal stuff she does, which I think is awesome. And when this game comes out, she is creating a bunch of songs for the soundtrack based off the themes of the game. So there will be a soundtrack added to the game when it goes on Steam. And all of the sales of the soundtrack will go to her. Because she's awesome and deserves it. Here we go. Here we go. Great, I have to do the boob layer again so I understand how the boobs should look. Ugh. I wish I could just make a big boobed model. Why do you do this to me? There we go. There we go. And then we're going to squish it just a little bit. There we go. It's a little weird. There we go. And then that. There we go. There we go. Do that. There we go. We'll do the little triangles. Erase this. Do that. There we go. Here we go. Might have to take a pause real quick so I can go get some more water. And I did change around our pause screen, so you guys will still be able to see chat between YouTube and Twitch while I'm paused. You guys can keep talking to each other. I did do that since I was asked last time. Oh, I'm erasing. I didn't mean to do that. That's what I get for not paying attention to what I'm doing. Of course, you are more than welcome. You asked, you shall receive. I told you it was an easy thing. took care of it, like, as soon as the stream was over. I went ahead and changed it so that the Be Right Back doesn't cover the whole thing like the ending or start do. Here we go. And then corset. Oh, that's too big. There we go. Much better, much better. Okay. Bam. 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 There we go. Alright. I love how I haven't actually done, like, her hair. We'll get to it. I think I actually prefer to do the rest of the outfit first. And then we'll do the hair part. There we go. Do. It's one of the more chill songs. Oh, bumped my mic. Come on. Hand. I actually have stabilization on, which is sad when you see how, like, wavy my lines still end up. I don't know if I have an old piece to show, like, how bad it used to be before I realized stabilization was a thing. I mean, I started using stabilization as soon as I switched over to clip, though. So that would be from my Photoshop days. Which, honestly, I left Photoshop as soon as they went to a subscription model. I just don't like subscription models. Which is why I have Clip 2.0, and I don't care about getting the other versions. I hate subscription. If they made a lifetime license, I would do it. In a heartbeat. Alright. Look at her. You've made her mad. She's no longer, like, sitting up in your face. I love how I turned the boobs back on. I actually need to delete that layer. Delete. Merge selected layers. There we go. Like, she's no longer sitting up in your face. She's now leaning back. Interested. Not interested. Interested. Not interested. Alright. Let's draw our hair. I also need to get in here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that should do it. Alright. Now to fight with this for like 50 million seconds, because if it's not exactly the way I want it to be, I'm gonna be annoyed. Slightly different arrangement of the hair. There we go. There we go. This way I don't have to worry about how it looks, I just draw. I won't lie, all the animated emotes from Twitch are so distracting. I see them moving out of the corner of my vision. You know what? I actually think... Oh, nope. I was gonna say, I actually think I'm pretty okay with it first try. Nope. And then I saw that. I'm okay with everything but the top, like usual. Don't you crash. I need to save. Because if it crashed right there, I would have been so mad. Because I don't think I've saved since started. Save, yes. Save, don't crash. Yes, okay. I would have been so mad if it crashed, oh my gosh. Would have lost all this progress live on stream. All of you guys could laugh at me for not saving. Yeah, we can go with that if I just clean up how that connection looks. There we go. Look at her. She's all sitting back, hands on her hips. No longer interested in being up in your face and talking to you. Alright, let's do her mouth, and then I'm going to take a quick break to grab some more water because my throat's all scratchy. So we're going to do the first one, which is going to be helpful if I actually had my pen and not the eraser. There we go. Look at her. Not pleased. Not pleased with you at all. Let's duplicate this. And we'll do this merge. We'll call this AN. So that's annoyed neutral. Oh, it didn't even... Shift A and annoyed neutral, and then I'll do AT, which will be annoyed talking. Which I'll actually do directly on this layer. Just hide AN. We'll call this AT. And I'll use AN as a reference for where I put the mouth. Not happy. Which is a dangerous gamble. When you started this whole date thing. I should make like a giant, like, popped vein thing to like flash when she switches this position. Except I don't think I will. We will have this be close to you. No, no, because she's supposed to be talking. Here we go. Maybe I should do another one of these. Like, of these, where it's just, like, same position, like, hasn't switched position yet, but the smile goes away. I think I will, and we'll call that, like, No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to duplicate these. Duplicate. I don't know what we'll call them, like, displeased. Not quite upset, but displeased. I'll do that, and then I'll go take my thing. Get my water. Displeased. And then displeased talking. So we'll keep everything the same, except we'll just, you know, kind of smile. Okay. Turn that off. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I already like it. Like, nothing's changed, but we're not smiling anymore. Like, you can tell there's a tone shift. Like, not quite into the annoyed part, but, you know, not quite happy either. You don't want to go this route. This is the steps into the, okay, I'm displeased. And then from displeased, we go to the lean back annoyed. Like, you don't want to go there. And we'll just slightly change the hair so that it's not quite the same. So we'll actually change the neutral first, and then I'll just make it match on the displeased. Let's do that. There we go. Do that, and that. And then I'll just slightly... . 'Cause, Not happy. Not happy, Eldritch Waifu. And then I guess if you're like on the route to make her happy, because we'll have happy go one of two ways, of either insane or like genuine interest. And we'll just have slight differences between the two. Okay, and then I'll put this like this. And then we'll change this hair to match. So I don't want to touch that. There we go. Although I haven't colored anything, just trying to get the lines where I want them. Although I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get that water that I need. I'm gonna do it after I finish fixing this. I just want to get this done, and then I'll go get that water. We'll go and be right back real quick. Alright. Oh well, it's a little different. Who cares? It's mostly the same. Slightly displeased. Alright. So I'm going to save again, and then I'm going to go get some water. And I will be... Come on, save. I will be right back. Let's throw that up. Alright, I'll be right back. Do you ever just hit your knee, chat? Do you ever do that? I hit my knee on my way back to the desk and it hurt. Oh my gosh, it hurt. real bad. So I guess the new endings are good, bad, and insane. Did I actually say there were only 4? 3? Because I lied if I said there were 3. Did I say 3? I lied. There are actually 4 new endings. There are actually 4 new endings added in the date mode. But yes, good, bad, and insane are 3 of them. I'm not going to tell you the 4th one. But yes, there is a 4th new ending. But in general, the date can go those 3 different ways. Gosh, I am tired. This is what I get. This is why I didn't want to start then. Alright, let's keep going. I'm at least going to do a 3-hour stream. At least... Wait. Okay, actually, wait a second. I hear my kid calling me. I'm going to have to... I gotta go check and see what that is. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. She's okay. I'm gonna come and start with that. She's okay. Just had to do something for her really quick and help her out. She's okay. Give me 1 second to get reset up. Yes, so she's fine. She just has this little bear that plays music to help her sleep. And the music finished and she wasn't quite asleep. She doesn't quite understand how to turn it on. One of the buttons is broken. I gotta fix it tomorrow. That's one of the things I need to do tomorrow is I need to fix the play button on her bear. She doesn't know how to play it otherwise. That's all it was. She's okay. Everything's okay. She's just having a kid moment. That's all. 'Tis all. She was having a kid moment. Alright. Back to this for at least another hour. Alright. Let's drop the pause screen. There we go. Alright, let's get back to this. Alright, so we're gonna do another new pose. Going into the insane direction. So I actually think I probably want to grab a new one. So I'm actually going to this time specifically look up like chair instead of just sitting, because sitting got me like a lot of ground poses that we didn't want. So I think this time I'm actually going to look up chair and then just specify pose. We'll do that instead. We'll look up chair. And then I'll filter for pose. Well, not surprised by one of the poses we got. Let's see. Wow, okay. Falling asleep on a chair, that would be funny. These are nice, actually. Okay, yeah, I actually like these. I like those. Worth it. Thank you, good sir. Or ma'am. Noble poses, oh my gosh. I want this too because I do want a leaning forward on hands pose. Why are the hands so small? Do you guys see that? Tiny hands. That is so weird. Look at the little tiny hands. So Tony, so true. I know you meant tiny, but I had to tease you for that one. Alright. I do want the pose, but oh my gosh, I don't know why the model's hands are so tiny. So Tony. So true. So Tony. Actually, I think that'll do us because of that set. I love how I specify as pose. Why is this in pose? This is a model. That is not a pose. I hate when people tag things as a pose and they're not poses. Makes me mad in all the wrong ways. Alright, we'll definitely come back to this later. I might have to, you know, do some pose shopping off stream before... Oh, good. Do some pose shopping off stream before, I get in trouble for some of the poses on this thing. Alright, I'll let it do its thing. Alright. Our poses should have downloaded? They did. So let's go for the... And we're gonna draw the insane route poses now. Nope. I need to make sure I have the model selected and then... This is a good one. We're actually gonna zoom her back a little. Let's see how she sizes up. Yeah, actually, I think we do need to zoom her back a bit. Let's see if we can lean her in without it looking weird. Looks a little weird. But it is about even with that one, so... Where she's sitting back from you. Yeah, okay. I like that. It's a little boring, though. What if we did this one? We didn't change the pose. Huh. It's different body types, but I want the poses. This isn't changing the pose. Okay, that pose changed. That pose changed. That one does not change the pose. That one does not change the pose. Okay, okay, so some of these are poses, some of these are body types. I hate that. That's annoying. I'm a little more annoyed now. Okay, so that's a pose. That's a pose. That's a pose. That's a pose. That's that pose. It's pretty, like, okay, they're slightly different. This is not a pose. That is not a pose. That is not a pose. That is a pose. I wish I could reorganize it. That's a pose, but it's not the right one. And then that's not a pose. And that's pretty much that pose, almost. Weird. I don't like that. Anyway. Now I have to go back to the model I was using. There's the right model. Makes all the difference in the world while I'm trying to do this. Alright. That was annoying. That was super annoying. Alright. So I guess we'll go with this as the pose. I hate this stuff so much. Trying to adjust for what, like, I know her boobs are. Oh well, that'll have to be good enough. Alright, and then we'll need to adjust the model so it at least lines up with that. Because again, she's sitting back. Cool. I actually think I'm gonna move her up a little bit. Because I do like the idea of her appearing taller and looking down at you. So you would go from here to here. Where she's leaning forward to... Now she's leaning back. And oh ho ho, she's so pleased. And this will be triggering towards the insane. So yeah, we'll go with this one. I like this pose. So we'll... I'm not going to call it anything until we get the lines down. So let's get all set up for doing that. And I'm going to save so I don't lose progress. So file, save. Please save, don't crash. Okay, it's saved. Man, sometimes working with Clip reminds me of my Maya days. I need like a... I think Clip has an autosave. I just don't remember how to set it up. I've had to reinstall Clip so many times this year. This year's been rough on my computer, to be honest. I need a new graphics card, but I haven't had the money to get a new one, unfortunately. Maybe next year can upgrade that graphics card. Oh, I love the idea that she somehow appears taller. I should make that a question you could ask her. Because you will be, actually, that's going to be a, excuse me, a feature of this mode is you'll be able to type in questions to ask her, but only certain questions will get you a response. And you'll have to figure out which questions to ask her, but I think I will definitely make one. If you get this pose, you can ask her, did she get taller? That'll be a fun one. I wanted to start with her hand, but I shouldn't. And because this is getting towards the insane, we're gonna make some... This is gonna be a fun one. Her face is gonna have some changes. We're still gonna do two different versions, but these are gonna look, you know, the pose isn't gonna change. Not from this. But her appearance will. We'll do the same general idea for the other versions as well. Gosh, I love how people always tell me I draw really good eyes, and then I'm like, do I though? Probably because I spend like 50 million times drawing the eyes alone. Actually, I'm gonna lower her eyelid. Do that. That's gonna be a thing. What are some of the questions? Oh, give me a second. I have them written down. In Le notebook I got for my birthday. So, one of the questions she may ask you, let me find one of my favorite ones. Ah. One of my favorite questions she'll ask you, so if you're doing good and you've given correct answers, eventually a question you can get is, how do you envision our connection? And your options for answers are... Let me repeat the question. So the question is, how do you envision our connection? And your answers to that question can be, our connection is a unique thread in the cosmic tapestry. I don't think about the grand design, or together we will be the architects of a new cosmic order. You can decide which of those is the correct answer to give. But that's kind of the general vein. And like I said, you will have the option to ask her questions, but she has to be in a good enough mood to let you ask questions, so you have to give enough good answers. Because if you try to ask her if you can ask anything and she's not in a good mood with you, she'll refuse. And just, it'll push you more towards her being upset. Or him. Or it. It is probably the most appropriate way to be referring to this character. Yeah, we're gonna lose the pupil. Change die shape, no pupil. Perfect. There we go. No, I want to transform, flip horizontal. And we're going to start getting into some appearance changes here. Here we go. Should already be concerned. No, I didn't want to do that. Not yet. Alright, so I'm actually going to delete that. Because one, I want to put the nose on the base layer. I mean, it'll all eventually be base layer, but... I'm going to put the nose here, and then I need to do this part of the eye. I always forget. There we go. There we go. Now we wanna Control C, Control V, flip horizontal. There we go. There we go. Oh, I forgot to deselect. One of these days I'll remember to do that. I need to move it a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad. I had a lot of fun writing the questions. There we go. Why is the copied version of less quality? I will never understand that. Some BS. If it wasn't for the fact that I was gonna artistic render the lines anyway, I would be mad about it. But I'm not going to be. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We'll get this new one done and then I'll probably call it a night. Because, gosh, I'm tired. Keep the smile, because you're insane. It doesn't hurt her, but you should be concerned. If a girl gives you this look, be concerned. It's the best advice I could give you. Especially if this is what she looked like earlier. Be concerned if she sits back and gives you this. She might think it's good, but it ain't going well for you, fam. I actually want to put on a different layer to make it easier to erase. My dude, if she sits back and looks like this, you might want to be concerned if you're going to make it out alive tonight. Did her hair get longer? It sure did. I love how I'm not going to be as concerned because it's going to go off this screen. I don't have to care as much, but I'm still probably going to sit here for like 20 minutes to get it right. Because I'm always like, oh, I don't have to care as much. Cares the same amount anyway. It bothers me otherwise. Did I remember the headband on the other piece? Oh yeah, it's there. Okay. I actually want to do a fourth version of these. I know. I'm not going to change the names. We're going to leave them just like this. I know. I will still at least get the first version of the Insane done. I promise. I know. I'm the worst sometimes. I get so distracted and I'm like, ooh, new idea. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Alright. This is gonna be fun. So all I'm gonna do is this. I'm just gonna add a new layer that I'm just gonna kind of looks ridiculous. Here we go. Just add more tentacles. And then we'll do like this. Do the same thing here. And then I'll go ahead on both of these and erase this. Cause wait a second, does that look like a mouth? Her outfit changing to look more like a mouth? Is that what's happening here? Mouth. Do you still want to put your hand in there? Alright, let's duplicate it. Wander with the yes, at least you're honest. I mean, I'm sure, again, there's a market for everything. Just always keep that in mind. Oh. Oh, this one doesn't actually have the teeth. Well, you know what? We can still do this. And I'll manually add the teeth. I don't care. Lowercase t. Oh, that makes me mad. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Duplicate. Turn this off. Erase the mouth. And merge them. Look at that. And then rename it to AT2. There we go. Teeth. You just don't make her mad. Alright, back to the... You don't want this face. We'll also subdue the curls. Boys, if her hair changes, run. Something bad's happening. Just run. Just run. You see this? This is the time to run. Alright. Go ahead and do some erasing to make it a little bit easier on me. She's a planning something and you want nothing to do with it. Gives her a whole different look. I love it. There we go. love this. That look. The differences in appearance. This is the shark before she warns you, before she takes her bite. This is the shark look. I mean, you should know what you're getting yourself into. Like, you initiated this. You know what game you're playing. The game didn't change just because the mode did. Alright. Should I put, like, teeth in her mouth? To signify that something's different? So I think that'd be funny. Wander with the all caps, yes. Wander, is there something you want to share with chat? Is there something you want to share with me and Weeb? It's okay, this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Everyone's welcome here. I'll do the teeth though, because I think that's cool and funny. This will be your warning that you might want to change how you're answering questions. Unless this is the ending you're going for. You know, with adding this mode, do I have to put a vor warning on the game? No, because it doesn't show anything. Plus, I'm pretty sure consumption by an eldritch being doesn't count as vor. To some people it might, though, let's be honest. To some person out there, it probably counts. I love how you both had different responses to that. I'm gonna stick with no, though. I'm going with Weeb on this one, Wander, sorry. I don't think it counts. People can do what they want, but that's not the focus. So I'm gonna go with Weeb on this one. This is a joke mode, mostly because the community wanted it, so we're gonna go with the no. None of that. None of that. Here we go. Boobs. Do it like here. I haven't drawn the thumb yet. Sweet. That's the wrong angle. I don't want to redo the whole thing because everything else is fine. I just want to do that. And then I can make the eraser small and clean that up real quick. There we go. And then extend. That's the angle. You're not going to be able to see half of it because the thumb. That I hadn't drawn yet, but that was okay because it helped me do that. There we go. Just erase that little bit right there. There we go. Oh my god. Like, let's be honest. That's a predator right there. You're not winning. That is a predator ready to consume their prey. Which is perfect because that's what it's supposed to be. That is the face of a I'm dining well tonight, boys. That is not a face that you want to be seeing. This is not a face you want to be seeing. That's for certain. Her body has extended. Wanders over there like, yes, yes. Mommy, yes. No. No. Just walk away. If I did, so be it. Wow. Wander. I can't help you with that. That's something you have to go to therapy for. I can't help you with that. Have some self-preservation. I feel like there should be something else unsettling about this. Ooh, I know. There we go. And then we want to duplicate it and create a talking. This is the first time she has teeth in her mouth. That is a shark. As she should be. And we're gonna go, this is a... We're gonna call this I-N. And I-T for insane. And then we're gonna duplicate both of these. Actually, the only one I want to duplicate is I-N. Because IE2, IT2 is gonna be something, that's for sure. And now these open up. To reveal more eyes. We'll have the teeth come back. Except this time, when the teeth come, the boob lines disappear. No boob lines. And we'll do this. What, you thought I was going to keep her eyes the same? As if. Look at the way she looks at you. Got the girl practically salivating. Oh, she's got no neck also. That's how excited she is. She forgot to create a neck for herself. There you go. By the time you see this face, it's too late. I'm gonna do something similar here, actually. Come on, let's do that. There we go. Hey, we got the space theme again. Wait till she opens her mouth. That sounded a lot dirtier than I intended, but it works. Should be concerned. Of course, if you're seeing this face, it's already too late for you. It's too late. And we're gonna call this IT2. Here we go. We're also gonna Just gonna have a nice time consuming you. What's for dinner? If you're seeing this face, you've already got the insane ending. Like, there's no coming back. You had your warning. And your warning was before you saw this face. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I do want this on, but as a reference. There we go. And guess what? I've got another teeth reveal for you. Even the corset opens up into a meow. Then we want to also grab... Nope. I need the lasso tool. We're not just moving one side. We're not that lazy. We're going to move both sides. Make sure it opens out. There you go. Its mouth's all the way down. There you go. Yay, I did get both of them done. Look at that. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys for coming out to watch the stream. Like always. Tomorrow, I promise I won't forget that I'm supposed to start streaming an hour later than I usually would. Because I totally forgot that tonight. But tomorrow I won't forget. So, let's see who we're gonna raid on Twitch side. Twitch side. Who are we gonna raid? I'll toss you to Himpoli. This is another game dev that I was introduced to by Pirate Software. He's working on a game called Into the Breach. So, I'm gonna toss you guys his way. Be nice, be courteous, be good. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.